all I see is sparkles, fairies, and like enchanted forests. I don't know. Very dramatic. She's wonderstruck. She's blushing all the way home. I think Taylor Swift ghosted him after that. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Nina. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. And if you're not new, how's it going? Thanks for coming back. So about a month ago, I did a lyric breakdown for All Too Well 10-minute version, and it was so fun and you guys really liked that video. So I decided that we're going to do another lyric breakdown from another iconic Taylor Swift song, and today it's going to be Enchanted. This song is poetically one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs ever. The lyrics are just so perfect. This is one of the Taylor Swift songs that I look at and I'm like, I don't even know how a person could write a song like this. It's so good. So in my other video, I just printed out the lyrics, and so I have the lyrics right here, and we're just gonna go through the whole song line by line, like English class style, and just talk about what it means, what I think it means, symbolism, like what literary devices I find in the song, and it's all just gonna be my interpretation of it. So if you guys have other interpretations, feel free to drop those in the comments down below and we could talk about it. But as someone who has an English degree, I really appreciate lyrics and words and poetry and everything, and so I'm really excited to dive into one of Taylor Swift's most iconic songs. So let's get to it. Okay, let's first start with some background. So Enchanted is track 9 on Speak Now, Taylor Swift's third album, and this song is actually so long. It's 5 minutes and 51 seconds, so it's longer than All Too Well actually, which is kind of crazy if you think about it that way. And kind of the origin behind this story, so the secret message of Enchanted is Adam, which is who the song is written about, which is the guy from Owl City. But the story goes, Taylor Swift saw him at like a party or something and she was wonderstruck meeting him. She went home that night and then she got an email from him saying, I was wonderstruck meeting you. She wrote a whole song about it, and it's so interesting to me that nothing ever came about from that situation. But I think it was because Taylor Swift was already dating either Jake Gyllenhaal or John Mayer, or one of them, I don't know. But the funniest thing ever is that the Owl City guy actually covered Enchanted and changed the words. So if you guys haven't seen that version of this song, go look it up, because he really just like put it out there. He really just went for it, and I think Taylor Swift ghosted him after that. So if you guys want to hear his version of this song, you should go check that out. It's so funny. I actually really like his version. It's pretty good. But anyways, let's get into the breakdown. Now, this song starts out musically very quiet. You hear just the guitar in the background, just the like down strumming, and then you hear like an ambiance of like, I don't know, like a magical sound in the background. And this song to me is just magical. I don't know how to explain it. Speak Now to me, just like all I see is sparkles and fairies and like enchanted forests. I don't know. But anyways, that's how this song starts out, really quiet and slow. And I think when she takes you through this song, there's a lot of ups and downs, and I feel like that's exactly the feeling she's trying to convey with the lyrics here. So the first couple of verses are just setting the scene. Okay, let's just go line by line here. So I have, there I was again tonight. She's in a place that she's been before. The second line, she says, forcing laughter, faking smiles. So it seems as though she's in a place she's always in, which is like a social event, an after party, whatever it is. And she's pretending to have a good time. It seems like she's just kind of like over it. She's over all of the like social aspects of all these events and like being fake, you know? Same old tired, lonely place. So this line kind of connects to the story of Us a little bit with the line that says, I'm standing alone in a crowded room. There's so many people around her, she feels lonely still. Everything's the same, nothing ever changes about that scene, that Hollywood, you know, celebrity scene. This is one of my favorite lines ever. Walls of insincerity, shifting eyes in vacancy. Walls of insincerity, like, That is such a beautiful way to be like, everybody here is just so ingenuine about whenever they're talking to me, they don't really care, they're just pretending like they care. Shifting eyes sounds very shady to me. Just like everybody is like trying to one up each other, everyone's looking around the room at other people, lots of comparing, and you know, just that whole toxicity of Hollywood and celebrity and everything that comes along with that. Vacancy, you know, it seems as though everybody just seems very vacant, not super present. So she's just kind of like wandering around this crowded room. I truly think Enchanted deserved a music video. This, oh my god, if Enchanted gets a music video for Taylor's version, I will die, because I think this would be she could just do so much with it. And this is the shift. The last two lines of this first stanza. Vanished when I saw your face. So all of that toxic, fake Hollywood persona and everyone that's around her, she forgets about all of that when she sees this guy's face. She always talks about this song and refers to it as like, people ask her like, oh, what are you gonna do when you get happy? Can you still write songs? And she said, I can write a song about making eye contact across a room. She doesn't need to date people to get content when she can just find content anywhere. She finds inspiration in the smallest things, and that's why I'm so impressed with this song, because she put into words exactly how it feels to be immediately awestruck by a person in that just one glance, 6 minutes of a song. And the last line says, all I can say is it was enchanting to meet you. And that is one of the hooks of this song, and she always comes back to that, obviously. If you didn't know, Speak Now is actually supposed to be called Enchanted. That was the original name of it that Taylor Swift wanted to name it. I actually think Speak Now is a really good name for the whole album as a whole. I think it fits the entirety of the album, but it is surprising to me that Enchanted was supposed to be the name of the album. Okay, so now we get into verse 2, and this is like the meeting point. This like unspoken dialogue that's going on. And sometimes when you meet somebody, like there's a vibe, and I feel like this is there's like a vibe, if you know what I mean. You just both kind of know. I don't know. It's like this unspoken knowing between two people when you like meet them. It's like, oh, So the first line says, your eyes whispered, have we met? That is such a good line. It's kind of like, you know, when someone like speaks with your eyes, like, oh, hi. And then we got the second line, cross the room, your silhouette starts to make its way to me. So it's like they had a moment. He's kind of like coming, you know, trying to find her because, you know, he feels like kind of pulled to her. And here we got the, you know, the beginnings of something. The playful conversation starts, counter all your quick remarks, like passing notes in secrecy. So this feels like kind of like has a childish undertone to it, like playful conversation. They're kind of, you know, they're having a playful banter back and forth. He's being quick with her, so they've got this easygoing conversation. And then it's like passing notes in secrecy. Like everyone else around them doesn't know what's going on with them. And passing notes is like, you know, something you do as a kid. I don't know if you guys did, but like me and my friends passed notes during class, or we would like put a note under the tissue box and then you'd go back and like get it out of the tissue box. Like that is such a childlike thing, and it makes it like very innocent and very like naive, so to speak. And this song is all about like that naive hope when you meet somebody and you're like, I am dying because you're not with me, and you know, I'll never meet someone like this again. Anyways, so very dramatic. And then we got the pre-chorus again, comes back to the hook where it says, it was enchanting to meet you. All I can say is I was enchanted to meet you. She was just like very awestruck meeting somebody. Let's look up the exact definition of enchanted, because I feel like I need to pull that up here. So the first definition that comes up says placed under a spell, which kind of makes sense, you know, whatever, if you're thinking about it metaphorically. And then the second definition says filled with delight, Charmed, which I like that one much better. And this is where the song is building, building, building to the chorus here. I really like how she has a really slow start and she does 2 verses in a row, which she doesn't always do that. She also does this in All Too Well, where she has 2 verses before the first chorus, and that makes for a really good build up. We get to the chorus here, and this chorus is just, amazing. This night is sparkling, don't you let it go. I'm wonderstruck, blushing all the way home. It's like that moment where you like get in your car, or like, you fling yourself onto your bed and you're just like smiling, like everything just seems so magical and perfect and like serendipitous, and you don't want it to end. That's the one thing, don't you let it go. And so the thing with being infatuated with somebody is that there's a lot of ups and downs, and so you have this intense like feelings right off the bat from this like seemingly perfect instance where you meet and you're like, this is so perfect, da 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 da, and you're like on cloud 9. So when it gets to the chorus, this is that cloud 9. She's like on top of the world, she's wonderstruck, she's blushing all the way home. She'll spend forever wondering if he felt the same thing too. I wonder if you were also enchanted to meet me. And then she does a really good job in the 3rd verse here of bringing in that come down, where it's like anxiety, pacing, and just like you can't stop thinking about it. You can't stop thinking about, oh, what if they don't like me? What if, then the doubt comes in. And I think she does a really good job in this 3rd verse where she says, the lingering question kept me up, 2 a.m., who do you love? So you're just like up late, your mind is racing with all these different thoughts. I wonder till I'm wide awake. So she's just like absolutely infatuated with this person. You know that she's like journaling all her feelings, like, I think I found the one, what if he doesn't like me, like da 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 da. And this is hypothetical. I'm not technically talking about Taylor. I'm talking about the author, the speaker of this song. And she just wishes that he would like tell her that he feels the same way, because I feel like people just kind of like implode on themselves when their feelings are that intense. And I like how in the second half of this verse, it like gets louder and she's like screaming almost. And he's like, now I'm pacing back and forth. And you could feel the desperate in her voice. So she's like pacing, wishing he was at her door. She'd open up and he'd be like, hey, how's it going? Like, let's hang out, And she wants him to say, hey, it was enchanting to meet you too. And she just like, it's always that battle between what will be, and then thinking, I wonder what they're thinking. I wonder what they're doing. Like, what if this isn't it? All that kind of stuff. And then we got the pre-chorus again. It was enchanting to meet you. All I can say is I was enchanted to meet you. And we got the chorus here. And now this chorus is a little bit extended. It has 2 parts to it. So we have the first one over again. And then it goes, wondering if you knew. And I like the second half even better. I love this part. This night is flawless. Now that's a little dramatic. That is just being super naive. Like, this night is flawless. There's nothing that could go wrong. I'm wonderstruck dancing around all alone. I feel like all of us have done that at some point. That's what makes this song so relatable and why it's like #1 on my playlist. I have a different Taylor Swift playlist for every mood that I'm in. So I have a playlist that's called Heart Eyes, Taylor Swift, and this song is on there as well as many other Taylor Swift songs. And you can write a little description with your playlist, and my little description says, you met the love of your life again, huh? Like, it's a joke, obviously, but it's like, when you just want to be in your feelings, this is the kind of song you listen to, but it's in your feelings like you're hopelessly pining away for somebody that you know you'll never be with, or you know what I mean. And then we come to this bridge where it all comes to a head here. This is me praying that. So like, this is where you can feel how desperate she is. It's like she's like on her knees praying that this is the very first page, not where the storyline ends. Like, please tell me this is not over yet, because I'm not done here. And I really like that metaphor symbolism that she puts there as like a storybook, because I feel like I think of Speak Now as like a storybook. And she has a lot of references to stories, books, obviously the story of us, next chapter, like all that kind of stuff. And then we got the next line, my thoughts will echo your name until I see you again. So she's not gonna stop thinking about it until they meet again or she hears from him. Oh, This is my favorite. Okay, I keep saying these are all my favorite lines, but for reals, this is one of my favorite parts. These are the words I held back as I was leaving too soon. This is everything I wish I could have said to you. Like, that's the whole point of Speak Now, honestly. Her putting this song on the album, this is her way of, speaking now. I was leaving too soon. Like, what would happen if I didn't leave so soon? And then this hook is like, obviously this went TikTok viral, which honestly the Swifties are kind of salty about, because we were like trying to gatekeep Taylor Swift here. This whole part that says, please don't be in love with someone else, please don't have somebody waiting on you. And she just is repeating that over and over, and the repetition is like, you can like feel the anxiety here. It's like, please don't be in love with someone else. Please don't have somebody. So she starts like on the low end, and then the second time she repeats it, it gets louder and louder and louder, and it comes to like the highest point of the song. So you can see how even the musicality with the lyrics is going high and then coming back down and then building back up. And that's how it is when you really like somebody and you are just not sure where it's gonna go or if it's gonna work out, and you have a lot of anxiety about what that other person is thinking about you and their future with you. And then she ends this song with that hook from the bridge, please don't be in love with someone else. Please don't have somebody waiting on you. That is such a hopeless place to be in love. Like, this whole song is like so hopeless romantic, and that's like all of Speak Now as well. It's like you are just like hopelessly in love with somebody that you are not sure will ever love you back. Now she's thinking like, what if there's another girl? What if there's someone else in his life and that's why he didn't like text me or call me or whatever. We had a moment, and the only reason that wouldn't work out is if there was another person involved. So that is like, you get to a point where you're like making stuff up in your head, reasons why it's not happening or it's not working out, when in actuality, it's really no one's fault. The moment you start making up scenarios, you're donezo. You're just gonna be like miserable and sad. The way she ends this, it's like you don't know if this song is happy or sad, because she's like, I'm wonderstruck. This night is sparkling. This night is flawless. And then we end here with, please don't be in love with someone else. Please don't have somebody waiting on you. Pleading with this person, even though she hasn't even said anything to them. They might have no idea that she's all torn up about this. I don't know, the fact that he went home and sent her an email, I think that's what made her think like, oh, I'm not crazy. This is exactly what was happening. The greatest romance that never was. So this is just my quick lyric breakdown of this song. If you guys have more to add to it, please comment down below. I'd love to hear your opinions, chat with you guys. If you guys want me to do more lyric breakdown videos, I love talking about lyrics and Taylor Swift and the stories behind all of these songs. And Lord knows, there's so many Taylor Swift songs that I could talk about for hours and hours and hours. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I truly appreciate you. If you guys liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know what songs you guys want me to break down next, and don't forget to subscribe because I post new videos every Tuesday and Friday, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye. The idea you had of me, who was she? An ever needy, ever lovely Jew. What was I saying? Have I really been talking for 30 minutes? Oh my god.